Hello beautiful people. The games refuse to stop coming. July has some fun stuff ahead. Another sequel to a great roguelite, my most anticipated turn-based strategy game, and finally, a new RC car game. The world is healing. But let's jump into it. Grab a drink, open up Steam, and start wishlisting. Neon Abyss 2, a sequel to one of the craziest roguelites. Neon Abyss is pure cyberpunk chaos. Find new weapons, all with their own playstyle and crazy effects. Bathe the screen in neon glory. Find wonderful synergies to make you feel invincible. And hatch little monsters. I love the first game, so there's no doubt that VWO Games will bring some of that amazing sauce again. It releases in early access, so check it out if you want to melt your eyes with color. Every day we fight. One of my most anticipated games of the year, and looking like a full course meal for turn-based strategy fans. You're caught in a time loop thanks to some alien meddling, and it's up to your small group of scrappy survivors to find out how to not only get out of the loop, and also find a way to save humanity from an alien invasion. Combat is turn-based, similar to the XCOM series, but aiming is done manually. And there's a reaction mechanic, where enemies can move away from fire, or you can aim during Overwatch to hit their very soft, squishy vitals. There's a demo out if you want to give it a look, but I can't wait to give it a go on release. Becoming a Saint. Nothing more fun and whimsical than religious warfare. Heh. You're basically playing the Wololo guy from Age of Empires as you lead your converted units into small-scale battles to convert as many city-states as you can, all on the road to reach sainthood. But you can't become a saint without dying, so expect plenty of that. Make choices during a run that will affect your units, your towns, and what moral path you decide to go down. This reminds me of Nine Kings, a game that was released a few months ago and was a big hit. I hope Open Lab Games can bring the true quality to make this stand out as well. Ratatan, a spiritual sequel to Patapon. Ratatan from Ratata Arts. Saying all that broke my jaw. The game is looking to recapture that magic of moving your units to the beat, dying a bunch, realizing you have no rhythm, and then putting the game away defeated. That was my history with Patapon. All jokes aside, the game looks gorgeous and the animation is incredibly vibrant, with a soundtrack that matches the exuberant tone and fun level design. Command your units on rhythm, and create the right loadout of Ratatas to slaughter your foes. While the music is upbeat, the battles require strategic thinking and quick fingers in order to survive. Coming out the same month as Patapon is a choice, but I hope it does well. Why leave a great idea just lying on the floor? Recharge. Speaking of spiritual sequels, does anyone remember Revolt? It's on GOG. Ask your parents for their credit card. Race around small tracks with awesome looking RC cars, and a game that's described as being a true simcade, blending arcade fun with simulation styled handling. The game has a wide variety of tracks, some inspired by professional circuits, or the more fun ones, driving along the beach, amusement parks, and even doing some ollies at a skate park. Just make sure you land on your wheels again. I could do without the realistic graphics. I prefer more wacky visuals in my RC car racer, but it looks like a fun time, and it's releasing in early access, so give it a look. Or go try Revolt. That one's still fun. Night of the Consumers. Retail is hell. But Night of the Consumers is taking that to the extreme. Start your new job as a grocery store employee and start mopping up puke, stack the shelves, and make sure the store is up to standard if you want to keep your job. Also remember, the customer is always right. Behind you. It's weird, gross, and a lot of fun. I played an early version of this years ago and had a blast. The final release had a long time to cook, so I expect something insane. Look it up if you have the stomach to survive. Robocop, Unfinished Business. I'm cheating a little with this one since it's DLC, but it's a standalone expansion for Rogue City, one of the best movie licensed games I've ever played. Climb the Omni Tower without backup, just you and the gangs of mercenaries who have taken control. A clear reference to the raid and the cult classic Dread. Expect more guns, enemies, picking up thugs, and shooting everyone in the dick. Because that's what it means to be a Robocop. There are also flashback missions where you play as Murphy before he becomes the metal-clad hero. Super excited to play this and hear the sweet dulcet tones of Peter Weller calling me a creep. One-Eyed Likho. A dark horror game based on Slavic folklore. One-Eyed Likho looks fantastic. I really do appreciate horror games that go for this limited color style. Reminds me of Moondown, one of the few perfect horror games. One-Eyed Likho is from Montage, the developers of Black Book, another great fun horror game worth checking out. I really like the visuals and style that pepper this game, and it feels like it's going to be another great horror games for fans of laid-back, more atmospheric horror. The Necromancer Tale. Lots of Necromancer games on Steam, but this might be the definitive one. A narrative-driven RPG from Psychic Software. Raise the dead, have a chat with them, have some fun gossiping, and use what you've just learned against your enemies. Just skak my gat af. You came out of nowhere. My gat. Sorry, my wife just scared the crap out of me while talking about the Necromancer Tale. That's appropriate. As a narrative RPG, you'll be talking to a ton of NPCs, hearing their stories, keeping their secrets, or lying to them. The story is defined by your choices, but be careful, your activities need to be kept secret, unless you want the town to turn against you and bring a frenzied mob to your door. Look for it if you enjoy living in a world full of secrets and dark magics. Also raising the dead to do menial housework. Neverwinter Nights 2. This one is another biased pick. I loved Neverwinter Nights 2 back in the day, more so than the first one, and being able to experience this gem but without the horrible glitches and many other game-breaking bugs sounds like a good time. While it's aged a bit, especially with Baldur's Gate 3 out, it's still worth giving a look. It comes with all the expansions as well, which some people have called hit or miss, but I never delved into them. Hoping they ironed out all the kinks and we can experience the definitive version of this underrated gem. July is a month filled with too many amazing upcoming games, so here's a short montage to showcase even more I didn't talk about. Well, hope you've been enjoying the video. Leave a like or check out some other stuff I've made on the channel if you love indies. Also, let me know if you're looking forward to any of these games. But for now, let's move on to the next few. Total Chaos. Originally a total conversion mod for Doom, the developers have decided to bring Total Chaos out of the shadows and into the light. The developers' trigger-happy interactive's previous game, Turbo Overkill, was an amazing boomer shooter, and Total Chaos looks like another great release from them. You're stuck on Fort Oasis, and you need to do all you can to survive. Scavenge scraps to craft weapons, avoid enemies, or knock them on the head, all while enjoying the dark atmosphere of something that's shaping up to be a horror hit for the year. I played the demo of this and enjoyed it a lot, so definitely keeping my eyes on this one at release. The King is Watching. Basically a game about my day job. Only working when the boss is in. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. Rule a kingdom, build a city within your walls, plant crops, build homes, and train your troops to defend. All great ideas, but a kingdom cannot run without a ruler. Your gaze makes the gears turn in the villagers' minds, so it's important to plan where you're going to focus where you're looking, if you want things to get done. Using a grid system, you choose where you're looking in order to make your people work. It's another interesting strategy roguelite in a year that has been packed with good titles. The Drifter, a fast-paced point-and-click with great pixel art style. You play a drifter who's just been murdered and has come back right before your death to be able to live again. But it's not over, as the ones who put you there are in pursuit. The game moves past difficult point-and-click logic puzzles and instead focuses on a faster pace as it plays out in real time, making an adventure game that plays at a breakneck pace without wasting time to Google solutions online. This sounds like a great evolution of the genre, and one for fans wanting something different. Eriksholm, The Stolen Dream. At first glance, you wouldn't believe this is an isometric game. The visuals in these cutscenes are insane. Eriksholm is a stealth game where you need to follow all the standard rules, observe the guards, find shortcuts, hide in darkness, and once you find an opening, choke them out. I love a good stealth game, especially one that has me switch between different characters and utilize their skills to make it through, like Commandos or the Desperado series. Hoping this isn't just a pretty face, and really serves up some good stealth gaming set pieces. Fumes. Car combat is finally making a comeback. The days of Vigilante 8, Interstate 76, and Twisted Metal are back. Pick your car, customize the loadout, and travel the wastes, taking part in all kinds of fun. Race other drivers, deliver packages, or just ignore all that and start blasting. Destroy other vehicles and become king of the wasteland, or queen. But just be careful, there are giant bosses waiting to take you down. But just be careful, as there are giant bosses roaming, waiting to take you down. So you better make sure you got a minigun strapped to the top of that car, otherwise, boom. I look forward to the four-wheeled chaos when this releases in early access. It just looks like a ton of fun, and I'm all about fun. There we go. Another batch of games to look forward to. Personally, if I would choose my favorites, it would be the Robocop DLC and Fumes. I like driving. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day, and see you next time. Goodbye.